Just imagine a system that cannot let the free market system work. It has to drive inflation. Otherwise, the entire thing fails.
And we had that quick excerpt from Jeff Booth. We'll get back to Jeff before this video's out. We got a lot to go over today. Before we get started, make sure you check out the Bitcoin Bros. If you haven't followed us on Twitter at Bitcoin Bros 26, also check out BitcoinBros101.com. We have these ebooks for you. If you're just getting started with crypto, no worry, we got something for you. The Crypto Millionaire book, Getting Started with Bitcoin and Crypto's Ultimate Beginner's Guide. Markdown price, instant download. You can get this instantly. Why wait? And also, Technical Analysis 101. If you want to get into the charts and brushing up on your technical analysis skills, here's your read. Instant download immediately. You can also get these actual books on Amazon. The Bitcoin Bros have them listed. Check us out there. Get straight into it. Bitcoin's price chart. You want to pay attention to this market open. The next TradFi business day, what's Bitcoin going to do? Because that could pull a lot of different strings as far as in the TradFi market, specifically MicroStrategy, or will MicroStrategy continue just to outpace Bitcoin? Bitcoin seems to be in an upwards trajectory, and look at this green and red line. This is our pi cycle top indicator. And we want to stay above this red line because as you see, when we get above this, this seems to have some type of bullish momentum. And once this red line crosses the green, that will signal the top. If we look back in the charts, we see this back in 2021, cycle peak. In 2017, cycle top as well when these green and red lines crossed. So if we zoom into the current price action, what do we see? We see that the price action of Bitcoin is currently sitting right above the red line. We got back above it and we're putting in higher highs and higher lows from this small micro time frame, but there's a lot of distance between this red and green line. Will we get a massive rally to the upside to cause this red line to start to curl up towards this green? And will we actually get across this cycle? Will this cycle be different? Time will definitely tell. And as you see here, Bitcoin could be getting ready to rip. Why? Look at gold. Gold could be the leading indicator. Right here on the 2-week chart, you see gold has came up and almost had the same fractal pattern that Bitcoin has. Present day, Bitcoin is just a lagging indicator of gold. I know that sounds weird to say, but this chart may not be lying. If Bitcoin has a breakout over the next quarter and then starts to have that rally into Q1 of 2025, that would be identical of what gold did on its 2-week chart, bottoming out towards Q3 of 2023 and present day at new all-time highs. Massive new all-time highs, not even close. Bitcoin made a 73,000, but played around, came all the way back down. Gold is substantially past its new all-time high and held. So this is what you have to pay attention to. Another thing to pay attention to with tomorrow's open is MicroStrategy. Speaking of all-time highs, MicroStrategy just had that happen. Now, the bigger question is, this is the monthly chart. Will we get a monthly close above this previous high, which is right around $170 per share? Right now, there's a lot of bullishness with MicroStrategy. Looking at the NAV premium, you see it's at 2.733. Will this continue to pump up towards 3? Will it surpass 3 and go towards 4, 5, 6 or higher? Time will definitely tell. There's a lot of bullishness because Michael Saylor reveals his $100 trillion MicroStrategy endgame. Yep, people just thought he was buying Bitcoin because he's a billionaire, he wants to be a trillionaire. No, he actually has an endgame. What is this? And Saylor says Bitcoin is the most valuable asset in the world. He began buying Bitcoin at the software company turned Bitcoin acquisition vehicle in 2020. The end game is to be the leading Bitcoin bank. Did you hear that? MicroStrategy is going to convert from a software company to the world's leading Bitcoin bank or merchant bank, or you could call it a Bitcoin finance company. So MicroStrategy is going to get out of the software business and fully into the Bitcoin business. Do you see what's going on? They could be creating Bitcoin capital markets instruments across equity convertibles, fixed income, and preferred shares. Michael Saylor states, if we end up with 20 billion of converts, 20 billion of preferred stock, 10 billion of debt, and say 50 billion of some kind of debt instrument and structures instruments, we'll have 100 billion to 150 billion dollars of Bitcoin. Saylor's got all the math already figured out. Have you dove into the MicroStrategy trade, and where do you see MicroStrategy going over the next quarter, 2 quarters, next year? Leave your price targets below. Before we finish up with this video, we're going to finish up with what Jeff Booth was talking about, the entire system failing. Let's hear more from Jeff.
And forget the Fed in this. So just imagine a system that cannot let the free market system work. It has to drive inflation. Otherwise, the entire thing fails. So it cannot let the free market work. And you are in that system, and you would never vote to let a deflationary spiral happen. You would never vote to have your house fall in value completely and every bank fail. So you are part of the system that emboldens the politicians to steal from you, because you believe in the piece of paper and the entire construct of that. And then you're taking that construct that is exactly opposite from the free market, and you're using that construct to be able to trade in Bitcoin. So what that would do, and this is, we can get into some of the things why I know that I'm very positive Bitcoin will be used as a medium of exchange and everything else as well. And this is why we created the venture fund, to be able to build kind of all this other technology that would allow it to be a medium of exchange. But what that would do naturally is you would be making, so if you, let's back up. If you knew everything I knew about Bitcoin at layer 1, and you couldn't stop it, there was no way, and you just reinforced that it's borderless, nobody can stop it, just gets stronger, more decentralized, more secure. And you knew if it became a medium of exchange, all of the control structure, all of the institutions that steal from you at a crazy rate to get stronger, all of the people in there would be hurt by the free market, because they wouldn't actually be, but all of this control structure would go away. And that control structure was the entire global rules order. What would you do? And what you would do is you would try to consolidate Bitcoin at layer 2. You would use it as a currency. You would say, let's use this as a base layer of our new currency. And you would get everybody to use the derivative instrument of Bitcoin instead of a medium of exchange, right, in the US dollar, to be able to consolidate layer 2. And all you would have done is gone from gold to petrodollar to Bitcoin, and nothing would have changed.